Nurses are great, nurses are caring, an epitome of humility in service. We are specially ordained for this vocation. Yes, I'm proud to be a nurse.
Yes, we are proud to be nurses. This is another edition of Nurses Arise talk show on Nightingale Radio. This is the radio station by nurses, for nurses, and for the society. This is the voice of nurses.
We are built on integrity and discipline that transcends through every generation. Immaculate and amicable, we are the source of hope to ailing ones, and the foundation for building a healthy world. Together we shall stand. Nurses are great.
And together we've been standing for donkey years now, because nursing profession has been existing for as long as humanity has been existing. So, and nurses always stand together. Together, we will continue to stand to fight for the betterment of this profession. Of course, for those of you who don't know me, yes, you're welcome to the show today. My name is Mary Ozoronya, aka Ronya the Radio Diva, the media nurse, the talk goddess, the queen of microphone. I am a registered nurse, just like you listening to me right now, but some of us just decided to do the media thing, so that we can tell our own positive stories through the media. We can have a better media representation of the profession, and that is why we have Nightingale Radio and, of course, the Nurses Arise radio talk show.
We are built on integrity and discipline that transcends through every generation. Immaculate and amicable.
Looking at the lyrics of the nursing anthem, you will see that the lyrics embodies everything that the profession stands for and represents. And today we are going to be discussing something very, very sensitive and important. We have another Nigerian nurse who is practicing here in Nigeria. Of course, someone who is actually very talented, someone who is holding the torch of the nursing profession very high up there, swinging the flag of the profession in a very positive angle, representing us very well as an entrepreneur and as a nurse mentor. And the very sensitive topic we are discussing is the new verification circular being passed by the Nursing and Midwifery Council. It is no longer news that the Nursing and Midwifery Council deactivated the verification portal on their website in December 2023, and now in February they came up with something new that does not seem to sit well with the professionals both home and abroad.
Immaculate and amicable, we are the source of hope to ailing ones, and the foundation for building.
There are quite a lot of things written in the circular that nurses are not really smiling about. For instance, talking about the fact that a nurse who would apply for verification must have had up to 2 years post-registration experience, and you must get a good standing letter from the chief executive officer of the organization where you work. You must get a good standing letter from your last institution attended. So many things written in the circular that nurses are saying, no, we don't want this. And since last week, nurses have been going out en masse for protests in various cities of Nigeria. I've heard about the protests in Lagos. I've heard about the protests in Abuja. I've heard about the protests in Ogun. And there has been protests in other parts of the country by nurses. Why some people are saying, oh, it is not professional. It is not professional for nurses to be protesting. Why are nurses protesting? But some other persons are saying, yes, protest is the right thing to do. Yes, it's good for us to protest so that we can express our grievances towards this new verification. And all nurses want is very simple. All they are saying is nursing and midwifery council, being represented by Alhaji Farouk Abubakar, should please revoke or reverse the new circular. Is it so hard to do? So today we have a very, very, very amazing nurse joining us on the show, and she's going to be connecting with us, and she will be talking extensively on the reaction of nurses to this new circular, the reaction of nurses to this new circular, the reason why nurses are really angry. She is going to be speaking on behalf of the entire nursing community. She is no other person than Adesua Oni, Adesua Joan Oni. Adesua Joan Oni is a registered nurse, someone I've known for quite a while now, and she's really doing well as regards the profession. She is a registered nurse, a registered midwife. She has a bachelor's in nursing science degree, and she is also pursuing a MSc currently, is MSc in view. She is the founder of the Stepped Up Nurse Academy. Yes, I know about that. She is a public speaker. She is a writer, an author. She has authored quite a number of books. And so I am telling you, I'm giving you a short profile so that you can be very rest assured that she is a round peg in the round hole of the discussion of the day. She is actually fit to speak on behalf of other nurses in Nigeria.
One integrity and discipline that transcends through every generation. Immaculate and amicable, we are the source of hope to erring ones and the foundation for building a healthy world.
If you're a nurse or you are not a nurse and you're listening to the show today, please do well to tell someone that will tell another person, that Nightingale Radio is here to stay. Kindly go to Google Play Store and download our radio app, and of course install it on your device so that you can always enjoy every show and music we have for you on this platform.
We are called to serve humanity, endowed with the art and sense of care.
Live on Nightingale Radio.
Okay, it's good to be here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Nurse Adesua Oni. You're welcome to Nurses Arise Radio Talk Show. The world can hear you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All right, so there you have it, people. We have our guest connected with us live on Nightingale Radio right now on Nurses Arise Radio Talk Show, and today we are discussing the new verification process that has been causing a lot of media frenzy, in the last 1 week to 2 weeks. A lot of nurses have been coming online and on media, even physically coming out to say no to the new verification guidelines issued by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. So Adesua Oni is a registered nurse, and she will be speaking on behalf of the entire community of nurses in Nigeria, telling us the reactions of nurses to this new verification guideline. So, Nurse Adesua Oni, what would you say about the new verification guidelines issued by Nursing and Midwifery Council? What's your take on it?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. It's been a heartache, right? It's been a painful process. We've been on this for 2 weeks now. Yes, I think 2 weeks now, and I think it all started in December when we all discovered that the verification port has disappeared from the portal, that the NMCM portal. People wanted to get verified, and they could not even find the button, and everybody was uncomfortable about this. We're like, okay, let's go and see. Let's wait and see. Let's see if it's the Christmas break, right? We're all thinking it was a Christmas break. Okay, when January comes, we know what will happen. January came, and the whole of January passed, and we didn't see anything until we just saw this. Boom! It was a shocker for everyone. Now, the painful part is that even for people that are not planning, because it looks as if it's the old Japa syndrome that it encompasses. But no, this new verification guideline affects every nurse. It may not affect every nurse immediately. It may not affect you this month or next month or the next 6 months, but it will definitely affect every nurse at one stage of her life or the other. Depending on what, because verification is not just used for the Japan purpose, right? It's not just used for leaving the country. There can be a requirement for you to get verified for different reasons. Even receiving an international award can be a reason for your certificate to be verified, or for the person that's supposed to verify you to know, okay, this person is actually a practicing nurse. So every nurse in Nigeria is actually uncomfortable about this. And the reason why we are uncomfortable is because Nigeria, the healthcare system in Nigeria is not comfortable for every nurse. If the healthcare system was comfortable, if our salaries were good enough, trust me, 50% of people clamoring to leave the country today will not be clamoring to do so. And for me, I'm not even clamoring to leave the country, but it's crazy if I have to work with colleagues that I know are processing their relocation bundle and are not happy to remain in the country. You know what it feels like to work with somebody that his or her mind is not in school. Imagine being in the house with somebody that his or her mind is outside that house, and you are in your to hands on deck to resuscitate patients, to keep patients alive every day, to administer medications, to administer medications properly. You need mental faculties really focused. Imagine torturing a nurse this kind of information. Understanding the fact that this nurse has spent thousands, millions, some people have spent millions on their medication bundles, and you come in with this heartbreaking information that it might, because if you put together everything on that verification circular, it automatically means no nurse can live in Nigeria. That's what it means.
So
I sum up number 1, you cannot leave the country.
Okay, so I love the first part that you mentioned where you started telling us your view about the new verification process. You talked about the fact that the verification is not only for jackpotting. The verification is not only meant for nurses who want to leave the country. So which means that the verification can actually affect anybody, including some of us who are still in the country and don't even have plans to leave anytime soon and all that. So but really looking at it from another perspective, this new guidelines by the Nursing and Midwifery Council is actually geared towards curtailing the number of nurses, the rate at which nurses leave the country. So which means that the main reason why they made this new guideline is because they want to control or reduce the rate at which nurses are leaving. Yet the verification process is not only to leave the country. Is it that Nursing and Midwifery Council are forgotten that the verification is not only for those who are leaving the country, or what? I mean, looking at it from the broad angle of the fact that it affects everybody, whether you want to leave the country or not.
The most important thing at the back of their mind was for people that want to relocate, right? To curtail so-called brain drain, because I don't think there's even any brain drain. When you say there is brain drain, you have to have everybody employed and everybody ready to go. But we have countless unemployed nurses in Nigeria. In fact, 3 years ago, I used to believe that when you leave nursing school, there's a job waiting for you somewhere that you are going to grab. But the reverse is the case. This new verification circular made me see lots and lots of. I run a nursing academy, and I see a lot of nurses every day. They came out saying that I'm unemployed, I don't have a job. Lots of nurses are even working private hospitals. So even if you say, okay, I think 90% of the reason is for stopping people from relocating, but I don't think it's a big problem. Before you relocate, there are already injustices on your way. The red list issue that came up in 2023, Nigeria became part of the countries on the red list. That's enough to hold down any law. It's already enough problem If we are put on the red list and you are now trying to put us in our own red list, you have to worsen the situation completely. You have trampled on everybody's sense of everybody's right of movement, right? Because when you are identified, you are supposed to be free to practice anywhere. They did not pay our school fee, right? They did not sponsor us. They did not sponsor education. So many people had to pay through their nose. Many people in private hospitals, private universities now have to pay up to 1.5 million per annum for their school fees because of this market that nursing is selling. But trust me, nothing is not selling. There are some professionals that earn far times 10 of what we earn. It's a point I want to pass across with you because everyone has been talking and talking and talking. If our government can decide to look inward, because that's just the solution to this problem. If they can decide to look inward and triple the salary of nurses this minute, I can bet you that 70% of nurses will answer for their relocation process.
And they will decide to stay behind.
Who came up to say that average nurse in Nigeria was only 135K, which is not true. I've been working with the government for close to 11 years now, and altogether I've worked in private hospitals, state hospitals, federal government, altogether about 14 years now. I cannot say I took 135K home like till maybe last year as SNO. I'm supposed to have become a PNO last year. My promotion was not full. That's not even the problem. I don't need the promotion yet. The issue is, why can't we earn better? 135K now compared to it's like 50K. If you compare it to dollar, it's like you are earning 50K. True. It's just like I'm not earning up
with the current exchange rates.
Yes, with the current exchange rate. So they are just further demoralizing nurses. If you want them to stay, then give them a reason to stay. Make them excited about their staying back. It's not just about curtailing our movement. It's about making us happy with the system. The place I used to work before I got the job I'm working in now, the hospital structure is already disintegrating. I guess that it's disintegrating. It's like it will collapse on us any day. And we usually joke about it that the day that this thing will collapse on our head, we don't know it. Patients are in those wards. There are some wards that are still uncompleted buildings till now. Some parts of the hospital that are still uncompleted. The completed ones were not well. We were all done in a rush. And patients are inside these hospitals. Nurses go to work. Doctors, different people go to work every day. More than 250 people are employed in that teaching hospital. And the walls are cracking. They are as in big lines in the walls. We are sure that in the next 5 years, that building may not be standing anymore. And nothing is being done about those things. Every day, nurses will have to improvise. You can even improvise for your mouth. For your mouth stop. You improvise for everything. Is that a system where they want nurses to stay back in? When you can see your mates in a place that is very comfortable, like everything is perfect. You don't have to shake thermometer, shake. You don't have to put stethoscope in your ears until your ears begin to ache because you want to do PP for 100 people in the GOP. When you can go to a system where everything is automated, you are not working on our health system and you are insisting that people stay back. What are they staying back for? There's nothing to stay back for. We that are even staying back, we know the reasons why we are staying back. If you see matrons that are now in Nigeria that are not going, there's a reason why they are not going. A structure has been put down in Nigeria that is not making them go away from this country. If you sit them down to interview them properly, there is a bigger reason why they are staying in the country, why they are also left. So no, they should not limit our movement. They should not limit our movement. If Nigeria is made to be better, we in Nigeria will tell our counterparts in the UK that Nigeria is good though. Do you know I now earn 700K? Do you know I now earn 700K? And my rent is even 150K. My rent is this. I have a lot of money to take back home. And an average UK nurse will think about it and calculate. Nobody will tell her she will come back to Nigeria.
Of course.
She will do her calculation very well. And when she sees that, the people in Nigeria are enjoying more than me, what's my problem? She will not think, nobody will tell her she will come back to this country. So internal structures need to be put in place. It's not, it's like you're correcting a problem from the outside when you're supposed to come inside and sort out the issues that can make people relocate. What is making them run away? It's not like this 20 years ago. It was not even like this 10 years ago. This thing is like 5 years back that the massive relocation came very obvious. Yes, very obvious. And despite that, the figure he gave, that number of nurses relocated in 3 years, is actually overboard. It's actually overboard. It's not that we are not that many. There are not 42,000 nurses that have left in 3 years, right? So the issue is that there is no brain drain. There are lots of unemployed nurses out there. There are lots of nurses combating quacks to work in private hospitals. How will somebody finish from a college of nursing or finish as a BNS nurse and be offered 30,000 naira? Please, is she supposed to use 30,000 naira to buy all kinds of
recharge card?
It's crazy. It's crazy. And then when you try to fight for your rights, that so-called CEO will start telling you that, okay, if you don't take the job, there are thousands of other people out there to take up this job. And that's why I'm not happy about this mass production of nurses. If you mass produce nurses, you are further reducing the value of nurses. It means that we will be so system that if you mess up, they will just replace you. If you, as in, there will be no sense of worth. There will be no sense, because scarcity, what is scarcity, right? If somebody does not make ourselves scarce, everybody will take you for granted. They just say, "I'm not enough. I always get any other person." So mass producing nurses is not our solution. Our solution is employing the unemployed nurses, getting them off the streets, and then giving those private hospitals a run for their money. Not to want to employ a nurse. You know how to sit well before you open a private hospital. You know you are ready to have a private hospital, and you will do what's right. Not picking up quacks to combat with us. I don't get it. It's very crazy. A whole life. You are putting it in the hand of somebody that is not a professional. It's really crazy situation we find ourselves. And I hope that our governments will look into this. And it's not as if they cannot pay us. I know that they can.
They actually have the money.
Yes, they do.
Thank you very much, Nurse Oni. So before you go, I would like us to quickly look at the excuses that Dr. Farouk Abubakar, the Registrar of Nursing and Midwifery Council in Nigeria, raised when he was interviewed on Channels TV during the last week, precisely. So when he was asked about the same verification issue and why Nursing and Midwifery Council came up with these new guidelines, he said that the council received complaints on issues and loopholes regarding nurses' relocation. Now, in his words, and I quote, "A nurse on duty would not follow due process of exit. A nurse on night duty would not be found, and when she is called, she says she is already at the airport." He also said that the council received a lot of complaints about this menace, and that is why they decided to check how they can curtail these excesses, and so they came up with the new guidelines. He also mentioned that as they are not stopping. He said, let me quote him now. He says, "We are not stopping anybody from traveling out of the country." So that's him talking. He said, "We are not stopping anybody from traveling out of the country. It is our pride that Nigerians are servicing other countries, but it has to be in a formal way and not an irrational way." He also mentioned that another issue is that last year a number of nurses were found with fake documents in America, and when they did background searching, about 8 of them were not in the database of Nursing and Midwifery Council. So that is why they are asking that any nurse who wants to apply for verification should go and get a good standing letter from their institution, their last attended institution, and their CEO of the place of work. So I want to believe you understand all these excuses. Let me use the word excuses that the registrar has put forward as reasons to him cogent reasons why this new guideline has to fly. What would you say about some of these? What would you say about some of these excuses that he raised?
Okay, let me. You have mentioned 3 in one. So
yes.
if I don't mention any, if I don't address any one of them, please let me know so that I will go back to it.
Okay,
now,
okay.
Start from the area of people living suddenly.
Yes.
Now, in a place like Nigeria, if you notice, if anything good wants to happen to you, an average Nigerian will keep it to yourself. You will see some
of
people
course, like traveling abroad, you don't tell people until you are about to leave. Or some people say it's even when they get there that they will not tell their employer that they have gotten to UK. Oh.
Exactly, it's the situation in which we find ourselves, and I don't blame those people because there are some people that don't want you to progress. They want you to keep any 101 naira that they also earn, so they don't want you to break for any difference to be made in your life. So immediately you start revealing your potential, even if you tell just your matron, maybe because that is supposed to be normal, you're supposed to be able to confide in your head, the head of the nursing department.
Yeah.
Okay, if you put it in that every nurse that wants to relocate must have it in a formal letter written to the head of the department, and the information must not get out to the world, must not get out to the nurses in the open field. It's a good structure to put in place, not just to stop everyone completely, because that is if that HOD or that head of department does not blow it open and tell everybody. You know that 10 nurses in this world, they all submitted their letters, look for a way to stop them from going. Because different leaders, different structures, different folks, there are some leaders that have good leadership structures, while some leaders are nothing to write home about. I'm sorry to say, I've worked with more than 20 CNOs in my entire lifetime as a nurse, and I know that I've met very wonderful matrons and other departments, and I've met some that are not so good. That's how human beings are generally. You will always get good people and bad people. So if in a culture or in an environment like Nigeria, where everybody keep good news to themselves, you get pregnant to keep it to yourself, you go to get married, you keep it to yourself, you even want to buy a larger party, you keep it to yourself, so that witches and wizards will not steal the money out of your hand, or someone will not go lay you. Then what would you do than to keep it to yourself? Because I don't see, I don't see any problem with that. Anybody that wants to move should move. The question is, are they replacing these nurses? Are they replacing them? As these nurses are going, the system is not replacing them, and there are a lot of unemployed nurses that have submitted their applications. Where is the salary of those people that are relocated going to? Into whose pockets are those salaries going into? Why are they not replacing those things? There are lots of nurses out there, only 5,000 that will be happy to get these jobs, but they are not giving it out to people. Before you get a job, you ask to do one funny things that it's not in all establishments. I'm not generalizing, right? I'm talking about certain establishments. But I think they are selling the job to you. They will say, this federal government job, they are selling it to you. What? I don't understand. If nurses are leaving, replace them. It's very simple. It's not a hard thing. Then you talked about what is the other excuse you talked about?
He also mentioned that some Nigerian nurses were found with fake documents sometime last year. Yeah. That some nurses actually travel with fake documents and all that.
Now, if a nurse traveled with fake documents, do you think is the nurse's fault? If a fake document was produced, that organization should look inwards. Who is producing that fake document? Number one. Number two, how are they bringing them to book? If fake documents are produced of a particular kind of certificate, there are some things they put on the certificate that if it's fake, it's made. The people that need to see it will see it, and they know that this thing is fake instantly. Because that verification process that they take 6 months can actually be done within a day. It can be done within a day. That's 6 months, because Dr. Farouk reduced it to 2 weeks. So anything that can take 2 weeks can actually take 1 week and take 1 day, because people outside the country with their verification just in just within 5 minutes they are done. So if you want to extend to 6 months, that same thing you made 6 months can be made 1 week. If you want to verify this person's certificate original or fake, there are things to put in place. There are no things to put in place. They should just call tech guys to in place. And within 5 minutes, once they run that certificate through a particular platform, they will see this is a fake. And before you even get to the airport, they grab you and they put you in your place.
True.
But then they make example of 3 nurses and they put it on national TV. Every nurse will receive one. Nobody would dare go do a fake certificate to get out of the country. Just need to catch scapegoats and be sure that they were really fake certificates and bring the people that produce this book. Because somebody that is producing it, who are the people that are in the end of affairs have the boldness to produce such fake certificates and hand over to such persons? They are the people that we brought to. In a country where many things are done haywire, you are now trying to correct something from the top when you are supposed to go to the root and correct it. No, it doesn't work that way. If somebody believes and they discover that person has a fake certificate, it's not the person's fault. It's because of the system that made it enabling for that person to get a fake certificate.
Thank you very much, Nurse Oni. So before we let you go, in clear highlights, I would like you to tell us the way forward. What do you advise? What is the workable solution you think can work for us right now, both for the nurses and Nursing and Midwifery Council? Because as it stands right now, we need to look at a way to meet halfway. Some people have suggested dialoguing, that okay, nurses should go and dialogue with the Nursing and Midwifery Council. I don't know how far that has gone so far. Some have suggested legal battle, let's sue them, let's sue Nursing and Midwifery Council, let's take it to court and everything. I don't know how far that has gone so far. So, and the fact is that we have just 2 weeks to go, because this circular is supposed to take effect from the 1st of March, which is in 2 weeks, or let's say in less than 2 weeks. If a workable solution is not put in place in the next few days, in less than 2 weeks, it means that this circular will fly and it will take effect and nothing will be done about it. We all will have to live with it like that. So what is the workable solution you think can work for us right now in the next few days, in less than 2 weeks?
I believe that if they really want the healthcare system to experience a turnaround, then the remuneration for nurses should be increased. Like I said earlier, I think if a singular thing is done, even if they cannot fix our healthcare system perfectly in a day, it cannot be done. That cannot be done in 6 months. It may not even be done in 1 month. They have to take it one step at a time, because that is structure they have to put in place. They have to fix our healthcare system. But trust me, ma'am, if today they say officially nurses, because there was a time that nurses were earning very terrible salary. It was a particular wife of a particular president that came up. I've forgotten her name now. It's not coming up to my head. She was the one that actually effected
that should be Mariam Babangida, the wife of
Mariam Babangida.
Yes, she was a nurse.
Yeah, she was a nurse. She made the enabling for nurses to begin to earn what we earn now. So if that was possible then, now it's possible for nurses' salary to be tripled. If it will be tripled, in fact, doctors will help scientists to stay, but everybody will be happy to work, because you know that the paycheck you are taking on is something you can be proud of. You'll be nursing a patient and you'll be excited to nurse that patient. But if they keep us working our will, they will just have a multitude of, imagine nurses going out on the streets protesting, and you still render all their efforts useless at the end of the day. And from March, they begin to work like zombies. They begin to work on happy nurses. If you have an unhappy nurse, you would hate the day you created. You can have an unhappy doctor. You can have an unhappy scientist, because who has trouble with your blood sample or your urine sample. But if you have a disgruntled, unhappy nurse, depressed nurse at your bedside, it's going to be crazy for the Nigerian society. I think our government should look inwards and go beyond their selfishness and their greed to really please nurses, because if all nurses stop working today, all our hospitals will crumble. There is no healthcare system that can work without nurses.
True.
If every nurse stops working today, no other person in the hospital will be able to function. So if they don't want to give us regard, they are going to have a problem in their hand. And it's not something that you can just English language to correct, because this is money. We need the economic ability to survive. For us to even be happy with what we are doing. You understand? So money is very important. Nobody should come and say, nurses like money. We love to care, but we don't want to care hungry stomachs. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nurse Oni. Thank you very much, Nurse Adesua Oni, for coming on the show today. The world has heard you. Thank you for obliging our request to feature you on Nurses Arise Radio Talk Show live on Nightingale Radio. I hope when we invite you again next time, you will oblige us still.
No problem. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, so there you have it from Nurse Adesua Oni, our guest on the show today. It's really been a wonderful discussion so far.
We are called to serve humanity, endowed with the heart and sense of caring. We are built on integrity and discipline that transcends through every generation. Immaculate and amicable, we are the source of hope to ailing ones, and the foundation for building a healthy world. Together we shall stand. Nurses are great, nurses are caring, an epitome of humility in service. We are specially ordained for this vocation. Yes, I'm proud to be a nurse.
Yes, we are proud to be nurses, but as far as we are proud to be nurses, we don't want to be hungry nurses. So if Nursing and Midwifery Council wants nurses to stay back in Nigeria to they are really trying their best to control and curtail the rates at which nurses leave the country. That nurses need to be well appreciated. Nurses' remuneration needs to be reviewed. The working environment and the working condition also need to be upgraded. So if nurses have all this and more, why won't they want to stay? Even those abroad already would definitely love to come back when they see that things have changed for the better, for good in their own country. But if things continue the way they are right now, I'm afraid nurses would always want to have reasons to leave the country and practice in diaspora. But this new verification exercise, these new verification guidelines is really a thorn in the flesh of nurses right now. But we keep our fingers crossed. Let's see how it goes in the next few weeks, few days, in less than 2 weeks to 1st of March. Let's see how it goes, and let's see if Nursing and Midwifery Council will budge to the complaints and the rantings of nurses in Nigeria, to see if they will budge and reverse this new verification process, or review it, to meet halfway with the nurses and see how things can be easier and be less difficult for the nurses. So let's do this again next week, Monday, 4 p.m, same time, same station. Please tell somebody, that will tell another person, that will tell another person that they should go to Google Play Store and download Nightingale Radio app, the voice of nurses, from Google Play Store. Please patronize us, do business with us, listen to us, and we are always going to be here for you. And if you are a nurse and you are interested in practicing media, as a nurse, you would like to join us in the media, please feel free to register for the Nightingale Media Academy. It's a registered academy that can teach you both online and offline. You can even come to our studios in Lagos for your practicals. We will teach you everything, all the rudiments you need to know about media and entertainment, so that we can have more nurses, in the broadcast area of media. All right, my name remains Mary Ozoroyen Aolo, aka Royen, the radio diva, the media nurse, the talk goddess, the queen of microphone. So I come your way again next week. I leave you with the song of Asha titled Fire on the Mountain.
There is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems